Let's talk a little bit of Tiger. And we can do this. I don't think we need to get too deep into it because he's making a little bit more noise off the golf course than he might make on the golf course this week. Colin Montgomerie, a few days ago, gave an interview in which he downplayed expectations in a big way for Tiger Woods and essentially implied that he should retire. And Tiger was asked about it. We have the clip.
Tiger, just to almost follow up on that, you've given so much to this game, you've given so much to this championship, but there was comments, last week from Colin Montgomerie who said, why is he here? He should retire. There's no point to this. Do you feel that's a bit hurtful and you've earned the right to make the decision when you decide?
Well, as a past champion, I'm exempt till I'm 60. Colin's not. He's not a past champion, so he's not exempt. So he doesn't get the opportunity to make that decision. I do.
That's what I mean. You've earned that. You've deserved it.
So when I get to be at his age, I can still make that decision. Well, he doesn't.
Next question.
Nice little jab there, Greg.
Yes, it was a little jab. Part of it's truth as well, right? He does get the opportunity to make these decisions. And I think it brings up something that's interesting in what Colin Montgomerie said, the effect of the legacy and all of that. I just think the part that Colin Montgomerie is missing when he makes that statement is that Tiger is I believe that Tiger tries to compete in these because for the sake of not obtaining a result, but for the sake of trying. I think it's part of who Tiger is, and the chase is the thing that he wants to do day in and day out. He wants to do hard things and he wants it to be difficult. And I think that's very likely one of the reasons why he is exempt and has an opportunity to play in this event until he's 60, why he has 15 majors and 82 PGA Tour events. I think it really comes from that attitude, which he clearly still has.
Tiger, so go ahead, Kyle, jumping in.
I was going to say I ride with Monty.
Ooh.
Okay, so you think some of the comments that Monty made were doesn't look like he's having any fun. He's not going to have fun at Royal Troon.
True.
It's just kind of past him.
True. They're all true. I mean, I think I don't necessarily disagree with Greg. I don't mind him showing up and playing these tournaments because I think that I don't know. Like to me, it's meaningful to be in an open field, like to be in it, right? But what really grates against me is him showing up, be like, yeah, I can win, and it's like, dude, you finished 2 events since the 2020 Masters, and they were both the Masters. It was 2020. I think it was 2022 Masters and 2024 Masters. You can check me on that, Rick. But I he's not a threat to get into contention at these tournaments. And so I'm fine showing up, but let's not pretend like you're like a contender. And if the argument is like, well, what's he going to say? I think there's a version of like, listen, I don't know if I'm going to win or not, but I love competing. Right. And he won't say that. He'll just say, yeah, I can win. It's like, no, you can't. Like, what are we even talking about? And so I don't know that the call is for him to retire, but it's to, I think, embrace a different stage of his career. And I think I get a little frustrated that he won't do that. And so a lot of other people won't do that as well.
Well, we almost got a different stage of his career because he was very much up for Ryder Cup captaincy, Patrick. And of course, Tiger was asked about it and he addressed it. He would say that he just didn't feel like he could do the job properly. I couldn't devote the time. I barely had enough time to do what I'm doing right now, add in TGL starting next week, as well as the Ryder Cup, along with negotiations with PIF, all that going on at the same time. He would go on to say there's only so many hours in a day.
I think he wants to be the one to break the streak across the pond. Like that's the high upside captaincy, right? Going to Ireland in 27 and bringing the cup back to America. And he said it was kind of a transition period for the leadership room, which is totally true. Keegan has not asked him to be a vice captain yet. I do wonder if Keegan's going to be a vice captain for the President's Cup I know Furyk still has a couple spots there. I wonder if that would help. But I think Tiger, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. Sounds like a consultant at this point, talking about adding shareholder value, synergies, all that good stuff, effectiveness, efficiency of internal controls and whatnot. And I think at the end of the day, he saw how busy he was, and he wants to be the guy to go to Ireland in 27 and bring it back.
I'd argue that's it is high reward, but it's pretty low risk. If you're just another loser and across the pond, it's like, okay.
Exactly.
They should have flipped him. They should have had Tiger at home and Keegan on the road, but
I kind of agree with that.
nobody consulted me.